You're listening to
Tipsy Book Reads.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And we're tipsy. Too many books on my TBR. Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers. We warned ya. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How's it going?
It's going. It's going. This book is going.
I'm obsessed.
Me too. What is wrong with us?
I immediately need to read the rest of it.
Right? I finished it yesterday evening and I was like, you're joking. You're joking. I have to stop.
Dang, yeah.
At least I only had to wait a few hours.
That's true.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Well, we're living in David Nicholls' world called One Day. It's the book we're reading. We read 1 through 11. And I'm sad that I'm not still reading it at the moment.
Yeah, it's so freaking good.
It's so good. It's intense.
Trigger warnings for like grief, cancer, alcoholism, addiction.
Yeah. Bad relationships.
Oh, where's the red flag?
Shitty men. In my car still.
Dang.
Still in my car. Oh well.
Oh, well.
Dang, we gotta pull that back out. That was
Yeah.
got a few red flags in this book.
Yeah. It's a little rough. I don't know. Going into it, I knew absolutely nothing. And I'm shook by how much I love this book.
I knew it was about a girl and a guy. And then one thing that happens later because of freaking TikTok.
I don't even know that.
I'm so glad. But this book that we're reading is essentially about two people who are trying to figure out life through their 20s and 30s and so on. And although maybe it's just 20s and 30s. And somehow and some reason they're like magnetized to each other. So no matter what they do, they end up back together. And I love the way he writes it, that it's the same day.
Yes.
Every year.
The pacing is absolutely incredible.
Incredible.
I haven't been lost at all.
Nope.
And yet it jumps a year every chapter, basically.
Nope. It makes total sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, this would happen.
Right?
Yeah.
And the way that it switches the POVs like seamlessly.
Yeah. I'm only surprised that she stayed with Ian for so long.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, it's another year? You're still with him?
I know. I kind of had to do a double take on that one. I went back and I was like, wait, what?
Oh my gosh. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the character breakdowns.
For sure.
So we have Emma, who is our main character, who's the woman. She is wonderful. Until the end when I was like, red flag for you. But I think she is literally the epitome of the gifted kid burnout syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way that I was reading her and I was like, I'm reading me. Ouch. That's fun.
I feel that.
And then Dexter is
Hot mess.
someone who never had to work for anything in his life. And so he just expects everything to be served to him on a silver platter. And feels like he can do absolutely anything. But he is a complete mess. You're right. That was a perfect way of describing that. Ian is Ian.
Yeah.
There could have been
just
a better name. He's like this wannabe comedian that's not funny.
Yeah.
At all. The fact that she was like during their dinner date, Ian, stop. I love her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's a comedian. They met at a job and somehow over years they found each other again, and then for some reason she gave him shot, and he's literally like a deadbeat comedian.
Literally. And even after 2 years in their relationship, he's still 90% of their conversation is just like a bit. Like, he's always doing like voices and accents.
Okay,
and,
but
like,
the accents.
it's literally us.
That's us. Especially when she's like, oh, something uncomfortable is about to happen because he can't say anything seriously. And I'm like, oh, my bad.
What?
I don't know anything about that.
Say what? Yeah. Definitely a little bit of emotional immaturity there for Ian, though. Like, not the bit part, just like him
In general. Did you see that?
Yeah. Just trying to like hit you in the face.
Rude. Anyways, for those listening, my microphone is moving by itself. And then the other kind of significant character that was coming up was, I didn't even write down his real name. I wrote down Mr. Beard.
Yep. Couldn't tell you his real name.
Mr. Trashface.
The headmaster.
The head bleh. Piece of trash.
Honestly.
Anyways, oh my gosh. I love this book.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yikes. I'm scared.
I'm super scared.
I mean, literally our DMs were filled with good luck, best of wishes.
Yeah. But also, we've been told that about books before and been fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Back to the pacing. I'm obsessed.
Absolutely. It was, I don't know, just the fact that I feel like I love multi-POV books, but I feel like sometimes I get lost. I did not get lost once.
No, I didn't either. And I love the way he writes, like, how people talk.
Yes.
So when someone is still talking, the next line, you can tell they are like picking up from where they were because there's a dash. So it's like overlapping, and you can like read it as like a real conversation happening where people overlap and talk over each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
So good.
So good.
So good.
It's giving like how Greta Gerwig wrote Little Woman screenplay.
When did this book come out? Like
I don't know. There's a few things that...
Right? 2009.
There's a few things that, you know, and it's a little side eye, like, when was this? But anyways, crazy.
Yeah.
So they meet in college. And I love that she's like, could this be it? Like, literally. Girl.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
They're a hot mess, like, right off the bat.
They are a hot mess. I mean, okay, so he goes and he travels around the world to go find himself. But he literally never finds himself.
Nope. He just got more lost.
He just got more lost. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So his mom is a little wild.
Mm-hmm.
The way I was hurt when she described his texture photo after in his head he was like, it's the only thing that I've been like passionate about, and then she like
photographer.
She spit on it basically. I mean, I know he loves his mama, but that was not a very nice thing to do.
It was not. She was also drunk.
She was, and she
not
also doesn't have
but
any type of emotional intelligence. Teaching their child how to make a martini
at age 8 or whatever. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yikes.
Yeah. A little rough to start off with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, do you have anything else to say about the mom before we don't get too deep into her story?
Before we get deep in her story? Are we not getting deep into
We
her
are, but
story?
like later on.
Okay.
I mean, we can now if you want.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, she's kind of iconic. But
oh my god. What you drinking?
Oh.
Oh my
we
gosh.
Just dove right in.
So what you drinking?
We are drinking a cucumber berry gin and tonic.
And it was called
Texas Downfall.
Wait, why was that like?
I don't know. It sounded like plastic, but
it
it's
did.
glass. I think it's just because it's like full. There we go. Cheers.
It's so good. I've already been drinking it, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, wow, this is a great drink. Go make it. I'm so sorry. We did not give it the deserved love. Go ahead.
We had just already been, like, sipping on them, so it was, like, out of our brain.
It was just kind of a gin and tonic kind of day, you know? So,
classic.
Mom.
She's kind of iconic, though.
The fact that everyone just, like, floats around her.
Yeah. I can just picture it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, never mind, because it's a TV show. I was going to say, if we were to cast, who would she be?
I'm horrible at fan casting.
That's fair.
What would you say?
I can't ever remember people's names.
Yeah.
So I have a picture in my head, but I don't know their name. I don't even know. Anyways,
I also, Dex, while he is very much a red flag, he is also a little bit iconic at times.
He is totally iconic. Just because you're a red flag doesn't mean that you're not iconic.
Fair enough. I loved when he was like, I just want to live my life in a way that if a random photograph were to be taken, that it would be like an iconic one.
And he delivers.
Yeah.
He delivers. Oh my gosh. Let's just take a year and go travel the world. What is that like?
I wish I had that kind of money.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I mean, good for you, boo. But can't relate.
Can we talk about the letter?
Which letter?
The letter that never got sent?
Yeah. R.I.P. that letter.
I was like, I loved that he sobered up and made the decision to send it when he was sober.
Yeah.
Loved that. And then he goes and leaves it in a couch.
My dude. Not it just sitting on some random person's bookshelf.
That's another thing, though. Like, what a cool way to write that.
Yeah.
Like, heartbreaking. Oh, my gosh. So sad. But at the same time, it's like, I kind of love it.
I'm obsessed. Yeah. R.I.P. that letter.
It was really funny.
I love that Dex's mom loves Emma. Like, they only met that once. She got too drunk. She yelled at the dad. And his mom's like, so how about this Emma girl? I love her.
Love her. Iconic. She's not boring.
Nope. I love that.
I mean, don't we all love Emma? She just is iconic.
She really is. They are all iconic. Also, his mom being like, don't smoke. It's trashy on you. And he's like, you smoke? She's like, yeah, but it's iconic when I do it.
Sensual.
Okay.
It's like do as I say and not as I do kind of situation. But he copies everything she does. So
yeah.
Yikes. Okay, but why is Emma not the comedian?
Right?
She's so funny.
She really is.
She's so funny. And like, I love that she's just brutally honest with the fact that Ian is like actually trash and is not funny. But okay, back to the conversation between Mom and Dexter. It definitely shows insight from the very beginning of him showing up 45 minutes late.
Yeah.
From the beginning, he has like totally disregard to any type of anything.
Yeah.
Organization, time, respect of people's boundaries, respect of people's time, like exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Poor buddy. I can't help but feel bad for him.
I know. And like, so moving on to like his mom being sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people definitely handle those types of situations very differently. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times people do just like go off their rockers and are like, I cannot deal with this. And that's when like alcoholism and all that stuff comes in. I mean, I'm not justifying it by any means, but it is a very common reaction to that situation. And to his point of like, the timing is off. This isn't right. I'm supposed to be old when my mom gets sick and dies, and I'm not old, and something is wrong here. And I was like, dang, yeah. And he's like, I'm not equipped to deal with this. And I like was like,
Little
Sorry,
baby.
bud.
Yeah.
You need help. You need AA.
You do need AA, but you also need like therapy on top of that.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
His dad being like hiding his keys, iconic.
Incredible.
10 out of 10.
Incredible. That's exactly how that situation should have went.
Absolutely. And then him dropping him off at the train station and being like, if you come back drunk again, you're not coming in the house.
No.
Get your shit together.
No. He didn't even like the night before sleep. He just drank all the way and then left, was late.
Literally almost died and killed other people because he
Yes.
should not have been driving.
No. And then was late, showed up late, and then was like, no, I'm not staying the whole day.
Drank more.
I have the Jurassic World premiere. Get out. Oh, yeah.
Shut
And then
up,
drank
my
more.
dude. Yeah. And then stole his parents' drugs, took them, passed out.
And then was shocked when he woke up 6 hours later or whatever it was.
Yeah. And his mom's like, you've slept the day away.
Yeah. She was just trying to survive.
I know.
Oh, man. Okay. Go ahead.
I love, though, like, how she called him out and was like, I love you so much, but you're not meeting my expectations, basically.
Yeah, or you're not being the best that you can be.
Yeah. She's like, you're kind of being
Mean.
Yeah.
Wowzers, the next few pages on that chapter, though. So I love the decision to make him go home, miss the premiere, and try and get Emma to help him out.
Yeah.
And the fact that Emma was finally was gone.
Yeah.
She wasn't there. She had no
date.
Yeah, went on a date. I mean, not the best choice of a date, but she was finally separating herself from him, of always being at his beck and call.
Yeah.
And it ended up being really sad.
Yeah.
But I want to know what her reaction was to all of those voicemails.
Same.
We never got that.
Same. Just like his rambling and how it started with come hang out and then ended with it was just a really bad day,
Yeah.
I was I saw you, bud.
It's been a bad few years.
Yeah.
Okay. The reasoning she doesn't wear contacts up until when she finally started wearing it, I love, because she's like, I refuse to be the teacher that takes off their glasses and it's like, oh, you've been hot the whole time. And that trope is so annoying.
Literally.
It's so annoying. And I love that was included in this. And she was like, I finally gave in.
I love her. She can be so determined about the most random things, the whole not getting a cell phone thing.
I get it though. Stubbornness.
Yeah, I love it.
She's not like the other girls.
When whichever of Dexter's goldfish girlfriends says that he's complicated or whatever, and she's like, complicated? You're like a two-piece jigsaw. I lost it. She's so funny.
She's so funny. There's so many things that I underlined when she started to tear up about that. Actually, it was the scene where she was looking in the mirror and whatever, and he comes in and he's like, are you crying, Em? And she goes, not yet, but it's still early.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Or her wondering if she was getting old at 27. I was like, girl, I feel that.
I feel that right now. I'm not 27, and I feel that.
Oh my gosh.
But it's true, especially when you work with kids. You're like, oh my God, I'm old.
Yeah. I absolutely loved the fair goldfish girlfriend comment. She's like, they're not around long enough to name them. I'm like, dang, the amount of fair goldfish
I mean,
in my life that are no longer Earthside.
Oh no. I was never allowed to play the fair games to get the goldfish.
Dang.
I was never allowed. But honestly, fair, because I would have lost my mind. I'd been like, it died.
Yeah. And it totally was not all my fault. Like, we had an actual fish tank. Like, they definitely, like, came sick.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Actually, that's really sad.
It is.
Oh my gosh. Back to their Dex and Emma's banter between the two of them is impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10. Amazing. I mean, she gives no shits, and he's so secretly in love with her. It's wild.
Also, she cannot see it.
Yeah.
Like, she's so in love with him and is like, he'll just never love me. Her self-confidence, I just wish I could be like, girl,
We love you.
you're stunning.
Yes. But also, like, she deserves better.
100%. But
yeah, she just does not see it because she thinks she's not good enough for him, which is
wild.
absolutely insane. Absolutely. But oh no, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So the one scene that they go off on a vacation for 10 days. I have a lot to talk about that.
Okay.
That is the same time that she talks about the contacts and everything. But,
yeah.
Okay, so number one, hilarious. It's a nudist beach.
Oh my god. I literally put not the nude beach. It's so funny. They're just like looking around, like no freaking clue that it's a nude beach, and they're like, I think there's a memo that we missed. Also, the whole one bed trope thing, but like there actually was two.
He did that. See, but that's the thing is like what really, it's so funny and I'm so glad it happened. But also what bugs me is his absolute disrespect of boundaries.
Yeah.
She set up these boundaries at the beginning of the trip and he broke every single one of them in the first day.
Except
but the
for
Scrabble
his rule, which was playing Scrabble.
It's like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, it's hilarious.
It is. I mean, she broke them too. She mentally was like, the flirting rule, it's going out the window.
Yeah.
But
he definitely pushed
100%.
Anyways, it's so freaking funny. But I do feel like that also is a good indicator of just him in his life because he like breaks everyone's boundaries. And she should have saw it. Okay. Karma, though, is her boyfriend because his clothes being stolen after the whole scene.
So funny.
Okay, so I was telling Jessica that yesterday I went to a coffee shop to read, and a friend came over. We all know him. His name is Trey. And I was reading the book, and I kept making comments about what was happening. And I got to this scene where they're skinny dipping, and he's like, I used to have a crush on you too. And she's like, this is it. It's happening when we're in the middle of the ocean skinny dipping. And he's just ruins it. I think I literally closed the book and was like, you're a dumbass.
When she pushes his head down, I'm like, yes, drown him.
Do it. Nobody's around. I mean, I wrote, she's so real for this. But yeah, I mean, oh, my heart is just broke in that moment because she's like, it's here. Like, he does love me. And he's like, well, maybe not anymore, of course, but I love everyone. So blah, blah, blah. And then like, let's just literally, he's a real problem. But he's like, let's just do it. And she's like,
get it out of the way. Wipe our hands of it. But don't tell anybody. She's like, anything that starts with the sentence, don't tell anybody, shouldn't be done. Period. She's like, excuse me?
oh, no one would have blamed her.
Nope. He had it coming.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. But literally, he's literally like, anybody that walks by, he's like, all he ever thinks about is sex. And he's like, oh, like he can't even like focus on a conversation without being like, oh, there's a human. Hello.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like Squirrel, but for sex.
Yeah.
It's wild.
We need some help.
Well, it's time for a break. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you in part by Friend and Fable Books, a little bookstore in Ormond Beach. Check them out or go on their website.
We're back. I feel like this book is one of those books that you like need to live text someone as you're reading it. Too bad we can't like live text each other without spoiling it for the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just live text yourself and then we'll share it. Do you ever do that, like text yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
I do that all the time, but then every single time I do it, my phone will vibrate and I'll be like, oh, and then it's me.
I am so popular.
But I always forget. By the 2 seconds the text comes through, I forgot that I texted myself and I get surprised.
You're like, wow, joy. Oh, never mind. Anyways, I just feel like that's a really good idea. I will live text the ending to myself. You live text the ending, and then we can read it.
Perfect.
Off at the next episode.
Love it.
So, what is that? Partying downstairs.
Yeah.
It's loud.
Okay, so jumping right back into where we were.
Mm-hmm.
I loved when Dex was like, so why don't you love me anymore? What happened? And she's like, I got to know you. You cured me of you.
You cured me. Mm-hmm.
Which, not really, but it was very funny.
I mean, honestly, how has it not worked? He must be really attractive.
Well, she even comments sometimes that, like, he's not. Like, she makes comments that's, like,
honestly,
like he's good looking, but not, like.
But I feel that, though. Like, there are times when I've, like, been in a relationship and I'm like, oh, he's the most attractive person. And then, like, 2 seconds later, I'm like, yeah. Get the ick for a second.
That's so funny.
I don't know. I'm a little concerned how much I'm like Emma.
Oh my gosh.
But I just am a big fan of her banter and everything. So anyways, what should we jump to first? There's so many things to talk about. We got to talk about the dinner scene and then we need to talk about Ian and her breaking up. We need to talk about the freaking Mr. Beard.
And him at the girlfriend's house. How he just, like, yeeted her across the room.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Oh, wait, never mind.
What?
Sorry.
Did you read ahead?
Erase.
Oh.
Like, one chapter on accident.
I was like, what the fuck did I? I saw the panic in your eyes. He waits. What the fuck did I miss?
Come back next week for more.
Oh my gosh. For like a half a second, I was like, what was I on while reading this? There's no way that I missed this.
No. That was me. My bad.
Okay, that's fine. I'm scared now. I mean, now I want to know. Next week, I guess.
Dang.
Yeeted her. Oh. Okay.
Oops.
That's so funny. It's okay. No one knows.
No,
They won't tell anyone.
No. It's a secret.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what should we talk about first?
Not that particular scene. Their, like, friend breakup, I guess.
Okay. I don't know if it's his writing or what it is, but I loved, like, her point of view of it. It literally, I didn't cry, but it made me tear up.
Yeah.
Like, it made me genuinely be like, I felt everything that she was feeling. Wow, that writing.
There were, for sure, like, I don't often cry in books, but there were several times where I got a little choked up. Just, like, it feels so real. Like, you're living it.
It feels so real. Yeah, wow. When she was like, I'll always love you, Dex, but I just don't like you anymore. That's so real. If I say that's so real one more time, I'm going to literally break this cocktail glass across my head. Like,
please don't.
That's so real.
I mean, honestly, though, that whole scene, I've just felt like, I feel like he just progressively gets closer to rock bottom and more of a hot freaking mess. Like, and their internal thoughts the whole time were like, she was like, honestly, I can't stand him. Why are we still friends? He's like a dead, wilted flower that I keep watering. And then he was like, honestly, she's such a judgmental prude. I just want to be over with this. Let me talk to this cigarette girl and go to the bathroom 6 times. So,
listen.
Yeah, it was kind of inevitable at that point.
It was so inevitable. It was absolutely called for. But there was one part too where she's described as like starting to boil. I was starting to boil reading this. Like, he's gone and whatever. And then the decision to make the perspective at the very end of the chapter be the cigarette girl.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 writing. Like, absolutely fantastic choice.
I loved it. And he was just drunk and rambling and a hot mess.
She said, I haven't seen you sober in 3 years. Ooh, she doesn't even remember who he is. Ugh.
So sad.
Yeah, it's awful. And then he still doesn't really know what he did wrong. He'll never know.
Such an idiot.
He is I think that if someone ever reads the copy of my book that I have, the amount of times that I said this man is an idiot, you'd probably be drunk if you took a shot every time you read it.
The amount of times that she calls him an idiot and that he calls himself an idiot too. And it's
but he doesn't learn.
Literally. It's wild. Also, Ian's got his own issues, but he did tell it like it was and basically was like, he doesn't deserve you. He's in love with you, and he doesn't deserve you, like, as a friend.
Yeah, and he was very, like loved her, truly. Yeah. She just didn't love him. It was just a filler.
Yeah, and that breakup scene.
When he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they laid on the floor.
Yeah, that was so real.
Oh.
Now I'm saying it. But it was just, like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, you read books, and it feels like you're reading a book. And then sometimes you read a book and it's like, these are excerpts of real life, you know? And this was so real.
Yeah.
Dang it. What have you done?
So Zoe.
It was just like, it hurts.
Okay, the scenes where she's working at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I already forgot what it's called, but I only read it in an English accent, and it made me laugh. Anyways, so she's like the best person there, working there, and she's like, what does this say about me? And then she gets the position for the manager job, and she just starts crying. And he's like, what did I say wrong? What's wrong? Poor girl, yeah. I mean, there was obviously such high expectations on her and put on herself, truly, and then she's just working at the little Mexican restaurant in London.
Her training Ian was the funniest thing.
Like, he's just like, will you go to dinner with me?
That, and also her just being like, don't touch that, you'll get chemical burns. Yes. Don't eat that, you might die.
I was crackling at the difference, that their explanations of an enchilada too. I was like, ah.
Yeah, the burrito versus the tortilla versus everything. It was so funny.
Oh, I'm glad I never ate there.
Yep.
Thankful, grateful, blessed.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Ian, he just wasn't right for her. You know, he did love her and she tried really hard to love him. And when he was just in hysterics and was like, "Why can't you just love me?"
She said, I tried.
I'm sorry, bud.
Oh, I know.
You're not a horrible person. You're just meh.
You're just nah. You just don't pay for anything. You're a comedian, which I guess nothing wrong with that.
But like y'all, she can't just live off of her.
She's a teacher.
Living on a teacher salary. It's hard enough. Speaking of being a teacher,
I loved that her production went so well.
Yes.
Loved the choice of the play. Wow, the way I don't know how I'm trying to phrase this, but the two things that are happening at the same moment, her play and his downfall on TV, and how she like has this very little small thing in life that no one else really knows about except for that circle.
Yeah.
It goes so well for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the whole world is watching him on live TV.
Fail. Miserably. The vodka in the water bottle.
My dude. And his panic.
Okay, so basically, he has a downfall. And he goes and celebrates with a bunch of people. He's not celebrating, but he's still surrounded with people. She has a major, incredible thing happen. She goes home with her sick boyfriend and basically turns on the TV and like doesn't have anyone to celebrate with. Yeah. And that just two comparison is so fascinating. Mm-hmm. And like, who is happiest at that moment? And are they both really that happy? Like it's
yeah, fascinating.
Life.
Yeah.
It's just real life.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Boy is
struggling. But also, was he ever good at being a TV presenter? Because everyone talks about how he really wasn't. He was just attractive.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. So he's on his way down.
Yeah.
And he basically gets fired from the gig at the end of what we read. And his agent's like, you know, you need to find somebody to love.
Yikes. Speaking of people trying to find something to fill their hearts with, Emma and Mr. Beard.
Oh my gosh.
That made me so angry. Like,
we all know around here that we hate
cheaters.
Yeah.
Cheater, pumpkin eater. Eating something. But, so, the thing is, though, and this is not me justifying it at all. This is just me presenting the facts of the fact that she is literally so dead in life that she's striving to find feeling of anything.
Yeah.
And that's where she finds it.
Yeah. Which
is horrible.
It's horrible.
And then as soon as the emotion fades, she's like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. And then
screws up her whole job.
Yeah.
Which she was good at.
She was. But he started treating her like shit. And he was just a piece of shit anyway.
It should have never happened.
Dude, you have a wife.
You have a wife. Also, girl, you met his wife.
Uncomfy.
So
I don't like
uncomfortable.
It. My girl, you are better than this. Also, you deserve better than this. And get your shit together.
Yep. Agreed. So, I don't know. That whole scene just made me so angry.
Yeah.
Made me disappointed. I'm disappointed at you, Emma. But, so before that, you spoke about Dexter's ending. She goes into a job interview And she's like, when are we going to talk about this
Right.
job? Why are we talking about the kids that I worked with for however long?
Yikes.
And then it turns out to be the wrong interview.
Yeah.
The person giving the interviewer, was trying to find a nanny. And
had not read her book.
No, and her interview was supposed to be rescheduled.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and had not read her book. Which I want to read the book.
Yeah.
Unless,
Dang.
yeah.
It sucks.
I know. And then she just is like trying to get out of there, and the elevator won't go down. And then you can tell the lady felt bad, so she's like, "Well, tell me about like trying to save face."
She's like, "Do you want a nanny job?"
No, she doesn't.
And then she quit her teaching job.
Now she has no job,
no
boyfriend,
no prospects,
a burden to my family. I'm 27 years old.
But yeah, so I don't know. What do you think's gonna go down?
I don't think they're ever gonna end up together.
I don't think so either. Do we want to talk about predictions?
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't have anything else.
Okay, I think Dexter is finally gonna hit his actual rock bottom.
Well, apparently, if he's flinging women across the room. News to me. I'm just kidding.
Oops.
It's okay. You know how many times I've done that? It just feels good that you've done it now, too.
I'm glad I could help out.
Being human.
So, and I honestly didn't even do it on purpose. It wasn't because I couldn't stop reading. I just like passed by the chapter thing. And
it's
like,
easy too. It's easy
I was like, I feel like I'm really far. Yeah, because like the chapter is like, I mean, it's there, but like if you're engrossed, like it's very easy to skip over. So I was like, I feel like I'm really far into this. And then I was like, oh, I read a little too far. It's fine.
It's fine.
But anyways, I think he's going to hit his absolute rock bottom, have a come to Jesus moment, and like get his shit together and be like a good guy and come running after M, and it's going to be too late. And she's going to be like, you missed your chance. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. I think it's going to be heartbreaking, whatever it is. From the people that are the people that messaged us, something horrible is going to happen. Yikes. Also, the other thing is the last few chapters, she keeps mentioning, like, thank God there's not a kid.
Yeah.
What? She mentioned it, like, 3 times.
Oh, God.
I swear.
You hate that trope. I hope not.
The sprinkles are there.
Yeah. Oh, God. So, well, maybe she'll have a kid, and then that'll be her new life purpose, and maybe Dexter won't get his life together. Maybe he'll, like,
oh, no.
His demise.
No. Okay. What do we think their Enneagrams are?
Okay. I
sucked at this week.
I think that Dex is a 3.
Okay.
Which is the achiever, performer, succeeder, and they avoid worthlessness.
Oh, I changed mine. He's a 3.
Okay. And I think M is either a 2 or a 9.
Okay.
So either a helper, nurturer, or a peacemaker, mediator.
I was thinking a burnt out 1.
And I could see it.
What's 4?
The individualist.
I wrote that. And then what's 7?
7 is the enthusiast, adventurer, optimist.
I put him as 7, but I like 3 better. Or whatever you said.
Yeah. I could see her as a 1 for sure. I definitely think he's a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not quite sure on her then.
Maybe a 1 wing 2.
Or a 1 wing 9. I don't know.
We were in the same wheelhouse for her.
Yeah.
But not for him.
Yeah.
But I had no idea with Dexter. I think you nailed it. What kept you home, Jessica?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, okay.
I forgot mine. I had it in my brain and then it left my brain. No,
well, what kept me home? All I wrote was people. So I'm feeling antisocial this week.
I feel that.
I do. I love the little button that's going around on TikTok right now. That's like the the social button.
Yeah.
Where you put the level of how much energy battery you have left.
I've seen that like in real life somewhere and thought about getting it. I don't remember where though.
Well, it's famous now on
I
TikTok.
saw it like years ago though.
Look at you. You should have got it.
I should have.
Trendsetter.
Dang.
Anyways, so I wrote that and I don't remember even what specifically. But I'm just being antisocial. And then what kept me up? I finished Stolen Air.
Yeah.
Everyone go read it right now. This is your chance. You have how many weeks to read this?
I think we're doing it halfway through March, so
read it now.
3 weeks.
Her next book comes out March 5th.
Yeah. And we're covering it the second week in March.
So you have time to read Stolen Air and
Cruel Prince?
No. What is it? The second one.
Oh. I don't know.
Cage?
Frick, what is it? I don't know. We don't really have time to look.
It's okay. Whatever the second one is after Stolen Air, that's what we're going to be reading. And so I'm giving you a heads up now so that you can pre-order.
Prisoner's Throne?
Prisoner's Throne. What did I say?
Cage? I mean, prisoner. Sure.
Prisoner's Throne. So that was what mine where
Okay.
I'm obsessed with that ending. That I literally I was listening to it while I was driving for a photo shoot. I had a really long drive and I screamed. I screamed at her. I yelled at her and told her what she should have done. And obviously she didn't listen.
Nope. Yeah, it was wild, and I feel like I want to read it again before the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel you with the people thing. Tyler was like, why do events have to include people? He's like, can we just have less people-y events?
He's never said anything so wise as that.
Honestly. So I really do feel that. And then what kept me up? Literally just this book. And it's going to continue to keep me up. For the foreseeable future, I'm going to be thinking about this book.
I can't believe we've never read it before.
It's wild.
Apparently a lot of people think that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd never even heard of it.
Me neither. When did the Netflix show come out?
It's like out now. Like it just came out.
Oh, cool.
So I don't have Netflix though. Do you?
Me neither.
Does someone want to donate Netflix
Have
for
a
a
watch
week?
party or something?
Yeah. So we can watch it. I don't know. Maybe we can do a free trial and then do a watch party and just binge it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Actually, that's a great idea. Between us, we have like 5 emails. I'm just kidding, Netflix. I didn't say that. I used to pay for it. And then I'm broke, so no more.
Anyways.
Anywho, I'm very scared. And we're going to finish till the end. So read along with us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Stay tipsy.
Nope, still sucked. Yeah.